Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we are doing 4 looks with 4 different throwback palettes for Throwback Thursday. And today, which is, I'm starting on a Monday, we're ending on a Thursday. Today, the first palette we're going to be using Natasha Denona palettes this week, and today the first palette I'm going to be using is the Natasha Denona Bloom palette, and it looks like this. And I am going to be using this shade here, which is Equinox. I'm going to be using this shade here, which is Rabin, something like that. And I'm going to be using this shade here, which is called Clover, and I'm going to be using this shade here, which is called Bark, and probably this shade here in my inner corner, either that Crisp or this one, Petal, in my inner corner, one of those two. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on my eye look, and I've got all the rest of my makeup on, so we're going to start off with that Equinox color with my Singe brush EO6, and we're going to see if I can put this on with a brush. Let me just adjust my wig up here a little bit. We're going to start with the shimmer shade Equinox. How was your weekend? I had a very uneventful weekend. I just went out twice. Once went out to dinner with my friend on Saturday. I didn't do anything Friday night. Then went out to dinner with my friend to have some sushi at the revolving sushi place. One of my favorite places to go eat. And then Sunday, that was Saturday, and then Sunday went out to lunch. Took my dad out to lunch for Father's Day at Chili's. I was gonna go to the movies Sunday and see Death of Robin Hood, but I just decided to take it easy the rest of Sunday. And just relax and watch TV. That is a nice color shade. I'm going to take this same brush and go into Robin. Oh, I was saying Raven. It's Robin. And use it in the middle part of my eye. I love going to Chili's and getting the triple dipper. I love getting the Southwestern egg rolls, the Big Mouth bites, and the honey chipotle mozzarella. I get that just about every time I go to Chili's now. I don't need it all there. I bring some home. And we usually get chips and salsa too, whoever I go with. Okay, now I'm going to take my EO3 brush and go into that clover color. I really like this palette. It's a nice spring summer palette. Just work a little bit in there. The sushi place I'd like to go to is a revolving sushi place where it has the sushi revolves around you and you just pick the dishes you want. It's a real fun place. Okay, now I'm gonna go into that bark color with my EO3 and add the darkest color here to the outside part of my lid, outside part of my eye. And this is a very good Natasha Denona formula. This palette came out a year or so ago. Okay, going back in, putting that shimmer on my lid. I'm gonna put that dark color, make sure that gets on my lid too. I'm gonna go in, back into that robin color. Okay, just gonna clean this up a little bit. Okay, and then go into that bark color again and go into the lower lash line. Now what do I want to use in my inner corner? I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this matte petal color. On second thought, I'm going to use that crisp color. I don't know if you can tell or not, but okay, I'm gonna use a little bit more of that Equinox color. Okay, I'm going to go off camera and put on my mascara and clean my brushes, and I will be right back. Okay, and this is the final look that we've got going on here. I really like it. I like it a lot. And these are the colors that I used. I used Equinox here. I used Robin here. I used Clover here. I used Bark here. And I used Petal here. And I used Crisp right here. So those are the colors that I used. Yeah, Robin, Clover, and Bark. Robin, Clover, and Bark there. And Equinox. Equinox here, in these two shades here, in my inner corner. So, and this is the Bloom palette. And let me know what you think down below, and we will go ahead and move along to look number 2. Okay, today we are going to be using the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, and it looks like this. I've got 3 shades missing from here because I made my own palette about a year or so ago that I call the Twilight Muse palette, where I took a bunch of my Cool Tone Natasha Denona palettes and made this palette right here. Now I don't know which of the 3 shades are from this palette, but if I feel like I need to use from this palette, I will, but I don't think I need to. I think I'm going to use this shade right here called Mia, this shade right here called Mesh. I think I'm going to use this shade right here called Vogue, and this shade right here called Silhouette. So, sorry, I'm feeling very tired this morning. So I am going to start off by using my Singe Beauty EO6 brush and going into that Mia color. That's what I like about these palettes, is that you can take out the shades very easily if you wanted to and mix and match them around. I just wish I had labeled them or something in case I wanted to put them back in their palettes. I wasn't thinking much at the time about doing that. I was just wanting to build my own little palette. I wasn't thinking much about putting them back, that I would one day want to put them back together. Which, honestly, I don't think I will want to put them back together. I like the little palette that I made with the big palette that I made. It is like my ultimate. I made a warm toned one too. My ultimate Natasha Denona palette. Warm toned. My warm toned one and my cool toned one. I should have used those for this video, but I didn't know if y'all would appreciate, if y'all would like that or not. Especially since I can't tell you which shades are from which palette. Now I'm going into Mesh. I don't even have the shade names marked in the palette. Okay, now I'm going into Vague. It looks like it says Vague, but it's Vogue. Okay, I'm going back into that Mia shade. I'm pulling that through. It's a good little topper shade. Okay, now I'm going to take the EO3 and go into Silhouette. And this is the darkest shade in the palette. There's some nice nude tones in this shade, but it's mostly cool toned, I would say, for the most part. Very nice look, very nice. Get some more of that mesh color. Natasha Denona has a very nice quality formula. Some more of that Mia shade. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. Very nice, very nice. We'll do some more color tomorrow and use the Roxa palette. Okay, I'm going in with Silhouette underneath the eyes and the lower lash line. Just a little bit. And then we'll finish up Thursday with the bronze palette. I haven't taken any shades out of the bronze palette. I have taken shades out of the Roxa palette, but not the bronze palette. Okay, let's put a matte color in the inner corner. Well, let's use this fair color. No, I don't want to use that. Let me look in this Twilight Muse palette. Okay, I have this shade right here. That's what I'm going to use in the inner corner. Very nice. Very nice. That could have come from this palette, for all I know. Okay, I'm going to go off camera and clean my brushes, which I've already started doing, and put on some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, and here's the final look that we've got going on here. Okay, I popped this shade back in here. I don't know if it belongs in this palette or not, but this is the inner corner shade that I used right here. I used this shade right here, this shade right here, this shade right here, where my pointer finger is, and this shade right here to make this look. And I think it is a very nice look. A nice neutral, cool leaning look. Not like anything really out there or anything like that, but a nice neutral kind of look with a dark lip. And let me know what you think down below, and we will move on to the number 3. Okay, hello, we are on to the last look. I took yesterday off, so instead of doing 4 looks, we are just doing 3 looks this week. I just took a day off yesterday. That's all I can say. So we are using the Roxa palette today, and this is what it looks like. And there are 3 shades missing from this one, also in that shadow, that eyeshadow palette that I made for myself. I am not 100% sure what shades are in here. Probably some of these purple shades, but I'm going to be using this shade, this shade, this shade. Well, no, wait, not all 3 of those shades. I need this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade right here. I think maybe this shade right here, or actually maybe this shade right here, this light shimmer shade here. Yeah, and maybe this light shade here in my inner corner right there. I just cannot make decisions this morning. I had a day off. You'll have to excuse me. Okay, we're taking this EO 6 brush from Singe Beauty, and yeah, I'm going into Stargirl. The only palette I'm not using this week that I was planning on using is the bronze palette. Just adjust my wig right there. This is a light shimmer shade. I've really been liking using the light shimmer shades lately. I'm gonna go over it with that bold color. Just a little bit. That sort of swirly shimmer that was in there that I pointed out the first time. Let's see what that looks like a little bit. Okay, that's not too dark. That's actually pretty nice. Just showing you what I'm working with here. Okay, I'm going to go into that velour shade and put it in the middle part of my eye. Okay, very nice, very light color. Okay, now I'm going to take the EO3 and go into Orchid. And kind of work along the outside part of the eye. Blend in there. Just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go into Eclipse, which is the darkest shade that I have in here, and work it along the outside corner of my eye and blend it in. And get that on my lid as well. This is a beautiful color. Oh, I love that. I love that. Dark violet shade. Or dark plum kind of shade. I would say it's a plum kind of shade. There is a shade in here that's more violet. Okay, I'm going to take that EO6 brush, go back into that Stargirl, and pull it through. kind of like a topper. And I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Oh yes, a nice purple. A nice purple look for today. Okay, I'm going to take the E07 brush and run it along the bottom here. Just a little bit of that eclipse color. Okay, I'm going to take this E11 brush and go into Phoebe and put that in the inner corner. It's just a matte shade. Kind of a muted shade there. Okay, yeah, I think this is my favorite look so far this week, or I mean, this is the last look, but probably my favorite look. That I've done this week. Okay, let me go clean my brushes and put on my mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, and this is the final look that we got going on here. I think it turned out very nicely. I think, of course, I'm a little partial to purples. And these are the 3 palettes that I used this week. The Natasha Denona Bloom, the I Need a Nude, and the Roxa palette. So, yeah, sorry I wasn't able to do 4 looks this week, but I don't know. I just needed a mental health day, or I don't know. I thought I was coming down sick, but I think I'm doing better today. But yeah, this is where we are now. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you have any of these palettes? Did you have any of these palettes? Were you wanting to get any of these palettes? Let me know down below all of your thoughts and opinions. And yeah, sending you out all of those good vibes, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, talk to you later. Goodbye.